Hello, my name is Kevin, and I'm about to talk about my program. So, I created a loop and an array to work together in order to achieve this goal of testing a student in chemistry. They're supposed to learn the element's name and put the symbols, like match it in their head. And so what the student would do is type in the name, or the name would appear and they would type in the element symbol, and that's how they learn through trial and error. And I'll show you the output at the end.
This is an actual assignment from your chemistry class?
No, well, in the beginning of the year I had to learn this, and I did it with flashcards, and this is one way that you could test.
Oh, okay. So this is kind of like an interactive flashcard app
Yes.
for learning the elements of the periodic table.
Yes,
Okay.
without actual flashcards.
Okay.
So the array has I have two arrays. One of them, and they both contain the same order of the elements. One of them has symbols, and the other one has the elements' names.
Okay.
So through the array and loop, it makes it easier because the loop just counts up one, and that one would be the next element in line in the array, so it's overall easier.
Okay.
I tried to replicate computers being able to repeat the same task over and over, and in using the loop, which just makes it overall easier.
So basically, a loop is a structure that does what in C++?
It repeats one set of code, and that makes it a lot easier
So
for this
it
program specifically.
Yeah, it automates a task.
Yes.
That's one function. That's the function of a loop, at least in your code.
Yes, I could have done this program where I just copied and pasted the same code over and over and just changed one or two things, but I did not want to do that.
Okay, so for example, when you go to Java next year,
Yeah.
you would consider using a loop to automate a task that is repetitive.
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, the looping structures in Java are very similar to C++, so
It'll be similar.
yeah.
And, well, yeah, I was talking about what computers just can do without, like, you don't need to be conscious of how, like,
Yeah, the moral implications of...
yes, of what computers do.
And I'm curious, why did you interject this idea in your presentation at this point?
Because I use the loop in order for the computer to do a task rather than a human doing it.
Right.
So rather than me having to copy and paste, I just told the computer to do it over and over again, and it just does it
Okay.
without any problems.
Okay.
And so I use the superior logic, and the computer decides, yes, this specifically is equivalent to this. Like the HE, that if you type in for helium, does equal HE that I put inside the loop.
Mm-hmm.
And the array, I mean, not the loop.
Okay.
And here is the output of it.
Okay.
It tells the user whether they're incorrect or correct.
Now, when does this program stop?
It stops at the end. It goes through all the first 40 elements I
Right.
selected. It goes through all 40, and then it stops.
Now, when it stops, what happens at that point?
It ends like every other program where it comes like, oh, click or press any button to continue.
Okay, but it doesn't give you like a score or...
No, I had trouble with the loop to figuring out how to get it to count.
Okay. Remember, you wanna review this idea of a counter that is incremented every time the loop is run. Okay.
Yes.
What about? I noticed for some of these, if you're incorrect, you may want to consider uh, telling them what the correct response is at when the program finishes. In addition to giving them their score, say, okay, well, these are the ones you got incorrect, and these are the correct answer.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into that.
That's
How
something,
to-
yeah, for another version of this program, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what about, how would you yourself, Kevin, how would you change this program? What,
I'd
what,
add the counter. I'd try to figure out the scoring system.
Mhm.
Um, I'd
And
maybe
it-
add more
and
maybe add more elements.
Oh, okay, so more than the,
Yes.
you only, what 40, why did you pick those 40 elements?
They're the most common used ones, and they're
Okay.
most abundant.
Oh, okay, okay. Did you pass this by your chemistry teacher?
I did not.
Okay, so that's one thing you may want to do and get feedback from your teacher and see how you can make this program a little more versatile, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great, okay. Thank you, Kevin.